On or before January 20th, Donald Trump will no longer be the commander-in-chief. He will lose control of the Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, Special Forces, and America's nuclear arsenal. On January 20th, Donald Trump will become the commander-in-chief of a different army. This army. The greatest threat facing America today comes from within. Radical extreme conservatives, also known as domestic terrorists. They are hidden among us, disguised behind regular jobs. They are your children's teachers. They work at supermarkets, malls, doctors' offices, and many are police officers and soldiers. For more than a decade, Donald Trump has spoken directly to white supremacists in their language.
Build that wall! Build that wall! Build that wall!
Pocahontas? Is it offensive? Oh, really? Oh, I'm sorry about that.
Donald J. Trump is calling for a total and complete shutdown of Muslims entering the United States.
In the middle of a presidential debate, Donald Trump was asked to disavow white supremacy. He refused. Instead, he told the Proud Boys to stand back and stand by.
Proud Boys, stand back and stand by.
They heard their leader. They even responded to him on Twitter promising to stand by. And on January 6, 2021, Trump greenlit them. They suited up, they flew in, they took hotel rooms, they loaded their weapons, prepared their bombs, and they attacked with the intention of killing Nancy Pelosi and hanging Vice President Mike Pence.
They were vocally saying, "Where's the speaker? We know she has staff. They're here someplace. We're going to find them."
In the years ahead, Trump will lead his army of domestic terrorists. He will encourage and incite violence. He will play the role of arsonist and fireman. He will start a civil war and then say things were more peaceful when he was president. We have to fight back. In this new war, the battlefield has changes. Computers can be more valuable than guns. And this is what we need now more than ever, an army of citizen detectives. I'm proposing we form a citizen army. Our weapons will be computers and cell phones. We, who are monitoring extremists on the internet and reporting their findings to authorities. Remember, before the Navy SEALs killed Osama bin Laden, he had to be found. He was found by a CIA analyst working on a computer thousands of miles away. It's up to you.
Welcome to the Bill Mason Show.
So much to digest in that clip, because first off, like the part where they talk about the computers are the new, army and all that stuff, that is actually true, because what we're watching is that they've removed us off Twitter. They've removed us from Facebook, and we tried to go to Parler, and then they removed Parler. And now there's this weird vacuum where they're so scared because now they don't know what we're talking about. Now, all the Android devices and all the Google devices and all the iOS devices don't know what we want or what we're talking about. So there's this massive state of fear of Trump supporters, and they have to create this massive, we're lunatics, we're off the wall, we're revolutionary, we're gonna overturn this country. But meanwhile, we were the ones that were trying to keep it afloat while everybody else was trying to destroy it. Okay. So, I mean, realistically, we're not going away. It's just now I think we're watching social media get the fear of what their own actions have brought them fear. Now they don't know what we're talking about. They don't know what we're doing. They're not seeing our posts and our pictures and our videos. And now they're like, uh-oh, now we don't know where they stand or what they're doing. I mean, and all the meanwhile, they're trying to build the average American to just fear us, like we're the most dangerous people on the planet.
Yeah, Antifa didn't do anything wrong, of course. They're not domestic terrorists, but we are, just for a couple hundred people going into the Capitol.
Well, and honestly, like I know we have videos of guys that gone into the Capitol with police escorts, and and some of the things that happen, you gotta take into account.
Hold on, here is the domestic terrorist. Okay, let's take a look, and let's take a look right now.
Yeah.
Fucking hey, man.
Yeah, man, that looks like an insurgency to me.
Yeah, that's how dangerous they are.
Yeah, look at this guy.
Sitting on his phone.
Yeah.
I'm good, thank you.
That shit is dangerous.
I got shot in the face. I got shot in the face with some kind of plastic bullet.
Any chance I could get you guys to leave the Senate wing?
We will. I've been making sure they ain't disrespectful.
Any chance I could get you guys to leave? I mean,
I know.
This guy says that he's making sure no one's going to disrespect the place.
Yeah, the guy who's covered in blood. So I mean, here's the thing: where we have this media machine that's a spin doctoring device that is not only trying to create the Trump supporter hate, like we're these lunatic, like we're fringe, we're ready to topple the government, but all we wanted was the Constitution to be upheld the whole time. That's all we wanted, and they didn't do it, and everyone failed us. And I mean, honestly, there were people there that were ready to go anyway, and it was including Antifa. They caught John Sullivan. John Sullivan's charged, man. He planned that shit 3 weeks in advance.
He did.
He was talking about
with
wearing
CNN.
Yeah,
With
he was talking
CNN.
about wearing Trump MAGA apparel to blend in and be able to get away with it, because he was like, oh yeah, these cops are racist, they won't stop us if we're wearing MAGA hats. But that's the thing, they impeached Trump based on he incited this riot, but this was planned 3 weeks in advance.
Right. So John Sullivan came in with CNN reporter documenting everything, and they planned it weeks ago, and then he was on CNN that night.
Right, on CNN that night, because they knew he was there. He was inside. He had great footage.
Right.
And I mean, this is the thing. They want to plan Trump. They want to impeach Trump. He incited this. But this was planned long before anybody even considered this.
Right.
And there were people on the inside, as we showed on the other Bill Mason shows. If you want to see the long format, we have shows on this where we know that there should have been 300 cops in the Capitol, and there was only about 60 or so. So right there, that just goes to show you that this needed to happen, this insurrection, this BS that they're trying to play on us.
Right. Well, let's take a look at the Capitol lockdown, and it feels like the purge. Let's take a look.
Response, the response to there might be Trump people out there. They're so dangerous.
28,000 National Guard troops for a virtual inauguration.
Yeah,
that makes sense. Let's take a look.
Attention, a curfew is in effect at 1800 hours until 600 hours tomorrow. All individuals must leave the U.S. Capitol grounds or be subject to arrest. I repeat, a curfew is in effect at 1800 hours until 600 hours tomorrow. All individuals must leave the U.S. Capitol grounds or be subject to arrest.
All right, there you go.
I mean,
doesn't it feel like the purge a little bit? I mean, that little, she kind of sounds like her too.
Curfews in place. They have what they call human-only checkpoints, vehicle-only checkpoints. Basically there are intersections. So like I went to DC for a Trump rally before all of this stuff took place, and now I'm looking at the map, and anybody can do this on Google Maps. There are intersections where you used to be able to drive through. Now they're human only. So what they're trying to do is keep vehicles away from the inauguration zone. I guess they're scared of someone like driving a truck full of kitty litter into the Biden zone. But here's the thing. We're all witnessing this, and the world is watching this. And I know that at the Bill Mason Show, we've talked about this before. The world is watching a guy who supposedly got 80 million votes, who needs walls, tanks, drones, the 25,000 troops just to protect his inauguration.
I thought walls didn't work though.
Yeah, but walls are racist.
Right. But if he did have an inauguration with people there, they would be in circles.
Absolutely. They would be in folding chairs, and probably there'd be 8 to 10 of them. Yeah. And we've seen that over and over.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it wouldn't be like Trump's inauguration where there's hundreds of thousands of people there.
Standing room only. Mm-hmm. And honestly, I can honestly speak for this. I've been to enough Trump events that everyone there, whether you're black, white, Hispanic, Asian, immigrant, recently immigrated, recently citizened, whatever it is,
everybody's welcome.
So happy to be there.
Yeah.
There's no hate. There is no hate. This white supremacy bullshit that they try to paint on every Trump supporter rally, it doesn't exist. There is never a place where black people aren't allowed to enter, Hispanic people aren't allowed to talk, or anything. Like, it does not exist. This is a media spin that they need to make us look like we're bad people.
Yeah,
it's just,
they have to kill the man. They have to kill the movement.
Yes.
So they're spinning it all in some weird direction that it's not truth. So they're going to try to destroy Donald Trump, money-wise, monetary. They're trying to do that with Mike Lindell now, to destroy his company. So they're going after everybody.
Everybody, even Rudy Giuliani.
Yeah, they're trying to disarm him.
Yes, he's trying to be disbarred, where normally to be disbarred, you need extensive amounts of reasons to get a lawyer disbarred. Right. And by the way, Obama is disbarred because there were extensive evidence to get him thrown off the bar. With Rudy, they don't have any. All he did was try to uphold the Constitution. And meanwhile, here we go again. Southern District of New York. No surprise there.
Of course. Let's take a look at some more military movements around D.C. Take a look at this.
Right.
There we go. So there's more military in D.C. right now, 28,000 troops than there is in the Middle East.
Yeah. And you know what they realized, which I heard it on Rush Limbaugh, and I loved it, that anarchists and leftists don't join the National Guard. No. So right now, Biden is surrounded by pro-Trump, pro-America, pro-gun people. Like, thousands, 20,000 people. And that's the scariest part, I think, for them, is that they realize, they're like, oops, like, yeah, all these people are on Trump's side too.
Yeah, they removed 12 National Guardsmen because they supported Trump.
Yeah. And honestly, out of the 12, about 10 of them have YouTube channels, and they're just normal people. I'm not going to try to throw them under the bus, because they're guys that'll teach you how to make like a great wood burning stove, and how to cure meat, and how to, have long-term storage of food. Like, that makes you an extremist? Right. All of a sudden, because you like Trump and you like to be able to make fires and stoves and store food for long periods, like, all of a sudden, like, being self-sustainable is evil. This is crazy.
Yeah, it's like it's never happened before. I mean, maybe during World War II, but this never happened. Never vetted our own military.
This is nuts, because our own military are most notably from areas that they just value the Constitution. The reason they joined was because they want a country to come home to. I mean, that's the God's honest truth. So none of these people are leftist lunatics, and I think that's what's making Biden get a little creeped out, because all of his policies are destructive towards America, and he's surrounded by 25,000 troops that are like, dude, what are you doing?
Exactly. Well, that's the show tonight. I appreciate you watching. Bill, you have any last words?
Last words are, hey, if tomorrow goes down peaceful, all of the rhetoric that they have said about Trump supporters will go like by the wayside, because I've watched it build up to where they're like, oh my God, there's going to be bombings, and there's going to be shootings, and there's going to be all this crazy stuff. If you're a patriot and a God-fearing person, do not be some kind of lunatic who goes to his inauguration and all you do is validate all of his claims. Let's just wait and see how this plays out. There's no reason to make his inauguration some kind of tipping point for a reason to round us all up, take our guns, and now we're fighting for our lives. Because let's let this idiot make all of the public documents. Let's let him put it into writing. Because right now we're watching the media make it a tipping point for us have to act. It's almost like you watch the news and all these patriots around the globe are like, oh man, so help me God, don't do that. But guess what? Nothing's on paper yet. Make Biden put the pen to paper. Make the congressman make it into law. And then there is justification for whatever happens after.
Exactly. I mean, he's going to burn himself, so
He absolutely will.
See what he does. So thanks for watching. You have a wonderful night, okay?
Good night, everyone.